Right now, Jim Leonhard moving on from the Badgers, his message to fans, and what we know about his future.
Also, a new report on local lead contamination. The concern isn't in our water, it's in our air. The solution, an airport, and the county are trying to hash out.
And dense fog and slick roads are the story for this morning. I'll time out when we'll see improvements on that, along with the alert day that's coming for Thursday night and Friday.
And unfortunately, those improvements are not going to happen until after the morning rush. It is a slick and foggy morning out there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Yeah, we want to talk about the black ice out there, the freezing fog. Kind of a mess if you're heading anywhere this morning.
It was a perfect combination yesterday when the sun didn't come out and we had all that precipitation in the afternoon. So when the temperatures fell below freezing, anything on the roads then freezes. So along with that, we also got the fog potential too, just because of the moisture that's sitting near the surface. So unfortunately, it is a combination you don't want to get, but you do incur it sometimes. So dense fog until 10 a.m. We should see this lift about that time. The ice stuff, once we get enough traffic on the roadways, that also helps with some of the more main focus to get rid of some of that ice too. But right now, 1/4 mile, pretty much in many of the areas, especially as you go east towards Milwaukee, it's even worse. Temperatures right now right around freezing or just under, so it won't take much to improve, but right now, we're sitting at a pretty decent spot to get that ice. So once we get the sun out this afternoon, we should be in the mid to upper 30s. Pretty decent day overall. Clear skies, light winds, so it should be pretty nice. And then we got the alert day coming up Thursday night, Friday, and that's something I'll time out, tell how much snow we may get, and if we get winter precipitation and when those impacts will occur a bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, Greg Barnhart with that first warn. Thank you very much, Greg. We are keeping an eye on road conditions in Madison and across the state for you this morning. You're taking a look at real-time updates from Wisconsin's Department of Transportation. Here in the Madison area, mostly everything labeled as slippery stretches. Those are the pink lines that you're taking a peek at. They have since grown in the last 20 minutes to half an hour here to reach up toward Baraboo, the Wisconsin Dells, Linden Station, all the way up to Adams Friendship if you are headed north today. We also want to call attention to those red stretches. Those are ice covered, particularly in the Wanakee, Town of Dane areas. Highways 113, 119 looking pretty slick. I know on my drive on residential streets this morning, it was quite slick out there. So wherever you are, take it nice and slow today. We're going to continue to track these conditions for you all morning long.
Some developing news now on the UW football program. Former interim head coach and defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard is leaving. He tweeted late last night that he will stay on for the bowl game as defensive coordinator, but will part ways with the program at the end of the season. Former Badgers star defensive back went on to a long NFL career, then returned to coach 7 years ago. He took over on an interim basis as head coach when Paul Christ was fired earlier this year and then guided the Badgers to a 4-3 record. Then Luke Fickell was named permanent head coach. 40-year-old Leonhard did not say anything in his tweet about his future beyond the bowl game, but he is widely believed to have his pick of several coaching jobs on both the collegiate and the professional levels. More analysis on the future of Jim Leonhard coming up in about 10 minutes.
The DCI police officer charged in the shooting of Quadrin Wilson on Madison's east side nearly a year ago has a court hearing scheduled today. Mark Wagner works for the Department of Justice. He's facing a charge of recklessly endangering safety by use of a weapon for his involvement in Wilson's shooting back in February. He has a preliminary hearing scheduled for this afternoon. You might remember Wagner, one of nearly 24 officers on scene of this shooting last winter. Records show Wilson was wanted on a parole violation. He was unarmed when officers shot him. He was then later charged on drug counts that were unrelated to this case. State and local agencies have been tight-lipped about the entire situation, taking months to provide any details, let alone charge Officer Wagner.
A Fitchburg teenager will be back in court this morning connected to a Madison shooting on the southwest side. 18-year-old Javante Koger is facing a felony charge of attempted homicide as a party to a crime. It stems from a shooting at the intersection of Leland Drive and Balsam Road back in August. Police say Koger was one of 3 teenagers involved in that case that injured a 22-year-old man.
A naval recruiter accused of sexual assault of high school teenagers will be in court for the first time today. 25-year-old Brian Bradley Hubbard started recruiting at a high school in Janesville last fall. He allegedly used the position to get personal information from students and then had conversations with them through social media. Police say Bradley Hubbard had unwanted sexual contact with at least 2 underage students and attempted sexual contact with another. He faces 4 counts of child enticement and 3 counts of sexual assault of a child.
6:04 now. The Trump Organization will have to pay up to $1.6 million after a guilty verdict in a case against it. A Manhattan jury found the company guilty on all 17 counts, including conspiracy and criminal tax fraud. The former president's organization was illegally helping executives get luxury cars, apartments, and other extravagant perks without paying taxes on any of it. While the penalty may be stiff, up to $1.6 million, experts say the real damage is to the Trump organization's brand.
You can't put a corporation in jail, but you can subject them to fines, and this will have real collateral consequences.
A spokesperson for the Trump organization called the verdict preposterous and vows an appeal. Former President Trump himself was not accused of anything in the case.
Wisconsin Republicans are calling on Governor Evers to delete TikTok from all state government devices, calling it a national security threat. The issue is gaining traction in conservative circles across the country. Over the past couple of weeks, the governors of South Carolina and South Dakota both banned the app from being installed on state-owned devices in their particular states.
Madison lawyers offering up some free services today to anyone looking to become a naturalized citizen. RISE is a nonprofit law center. It offers legal services to immigrants, often for free. There's some money available to cover filing fees for today, too. Roughly 50,000 people are eligible for naturalization. Today's event runs from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're interested, call the number on your screen, 608-256-1015. We're used to hearing unleaded when we think about filling up our cars with gas, but small planes still use lead in their fuel, and turns out it's the largest source of lead air contamination in Dane County.
There's now a new report out when it comes to the Middleton Municipal Airport specifically, but it is facing some criticism. Our Arman Rahman reports.
I give them a lot of credit for working with us, but they still haven't gone the full distance.
That's what Town of Middleton Board Chair Cynthia Richardson thinks of a recent Dane County Public Health report, which found no evidence at this time Middleton Municipal Airport contributed to higher blood lead levels in area children. But airport officials say
the report, as I said, pretty much speaks for itself. We have always done our best to be good neighbors, consistent with safety and operations at this airport.
According to the study, Middleton Airport contributes about 32% of the county's lead emissions. Air lead levels near the airport, while higher, were lower than the 2016 EPA standard. The county admits its data is limited because right now only kids meeting certain criteria get tested for lead, and more study may be needed. Richardson says studies done by Trinity Consultants showed the airport was the dominant source of ambient lead in the area.
We did modeling. They can look at the maps. It shows where the lead is falling, and it confirmed the presence of this lead being at ground level because they fly so low and we're breathing it.
Airport manager Richard Morey says he recognizes this, and within months they will receive 94-octane unleaded fuel for lower compression aircraft.
A survey of the owners, I believe about 60% would be able to operate, including some of my flight school aircraft.
But Richardson says that's not enough, and the airport should move quicker to switch to the unleaded fuel approved for more engines back in September.
I talked to GAMI several times, and if the city of Middleton would also work in cooperation with Dane County Regional Wisconsin Aviation, we could potentially be the third on the delivery list sometime likely in the first half of 2023.
Morey says while the Airport Commission is working on that, it'll take more time for enough of the new fuel to be tested and put into circulation.
As much as I'd love to be running unleaded right now, we simply have to wait until it's available.
Arman Rahman reporting there. While the airport is located in the town of Middleton, it is owned by the city. In an email, City Administrator Brian Gatto says they take the transition to unleaded fuel very seriously. They're currently working to determine how to get the new 100-octane unleaded as soon as it's commercially available.
New data out this morning shows just how much teenagers in Wisconsin are struggling with mental health. The results touch on issues like anxiety, depression, and thoughts of suicide. The survey from the State Department of Instruction shows almost 20% of Wisconsin high schoolers have seriously considered committing suicide in the past year. More than half of students surveyed reported significant problems with anxiety. The numbers are alarming, the worst Wisconsin has seen since 2003. But experts say there are ways to help.
What really helps decrease this anxiety and hopelessness is positive affirmation. You know, messages to the kids that are saying, you are doing great, you are doing enough.
Experts say more access to mental health resources is needed to help drop these numbers, especially among the LGBTQ community, for whom almost all these numbers are higher. What's most striking for that demographic, the survey says 2 out of every 4 LGBTQ students had suicidal thoughts, and 1 in 4 actually attempted to take their own life.
Such a scary survey.
It's long past time we took a good look in the mirror and decided that something has to be done about this.
And talk about it,
yes.
Yeah, certainly.
Talk about it is the first step. Coming up, we're going to tell you about a Christmas concert happening tonight in Rock County.
And Josh is in the 608 helping us find the perfect local Christmas gift. That's when we return here on News 3 Now this morning.
Your home for the holidays at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since a great supportive care came to see me. They're taking the time to listen and talk about options for feeling better.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Introducing Sass, Sauce and Shells, a bold new restaurant on Madison's Capitol Square, combining the best of barbecue and shelled seafood by Chef Joe Perkins. Add a little sass to your lunch or dinner plans today. Open 7 days a week.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in.
So much.
And that's how Ford is helping you.
I'm proud of you, kid.
Shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer. And shine bright.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down, and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
For every holiday, for everyone. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Fairlife brings more to your holiday traditions. It's ultra-filtered milk with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste. This season, turn delicious into delicious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. If you're looking for a good stocking stuffer this Christmas, there's the perfect opportunity for you to support local in the 608.
Josh Breider's here to explain it all. What do you got there, Josh?
Yeah, guys, I got a sneak peek for you. I've got them in hand right now. It's hard to believe the end of the year is nearing, but that means it's time to talk about the 2023 Mad City and Rock County Cocktails Passports. We've featured the group in the 608 before. The Mad City Cocktails Passport has over 140 Dane County bars, breweries, and restaurants inside. The books are $25 worth in savings on food and drink deals at local establishments. You can plan to visit them all or as many as you can during the course of the year.
If you're not increasing your clientele, you're losing clientele. And what this does, it gets people to come out and try a new spot. And you can't have a repeat customer unless they come in for the first time. So that's really what we're trying to do, is make it more fun.
Organizer Greg Melzer says the passports make the perfect Christmas gift as they make a good date night, girls' night out, bachelorette parties, or birthday gifts. The Mad City Passport is the original one, but they are excited to now be serving the Janesville and Rock County area as well. We've posted the links to channel3000.com. The Mad City Passports are $25 a piece and Rock Counties are $20 a piece, and there's $2,500 worth of savings inside. I said $25 earlier, $2,500 in savings. So a lot of savings, a little bit of a difference there. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to hear from a local business on why this little gesture helps out their bottom line, guys.
All right, what a resource.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. Happening in Janesville tonight, a chance to get in the holiday spirit. The U-Rock Concert Band presents its 51st annual holiday concert. They're holding it at the Kirk Denmark Theater on the UW-Whitewater Rock County campus. Music kicks off at 7:30 along with refreshments. Great place to take your family. Admission is free, but the band will take donations.
All right, let's check in with Greg Barnhart on the big story of the morning, and that is the weather conditions outside, timing out really poorly for the morning commute, Greg.
It is going to be. The setup yesterday was not favorable for this morning, so leftover moisture in the roadways. Then we had moisture, lower levels of the atmosphere. So once overnight came, we had some temperatures went below freezing. We have fog, and we have some black ice issues going on there, too. We should see this improvement here later today. Like I said, as more traffic gets on the road, that does help to get rid of some of that ice due to just the heating going on. Fog potential tomorrow morning once again. I don't think we'll see the roads because we will have sun today that'll actually help to dry out some of the roads. And then all attention turns to that Thursday alert day because we have snow accumulation, wintry mix, refreezing, just a messy of a day come Friday. And that's the one thing that we're paying attention to. But for today, should be fairly good once we get this afternoon. Clear skies. Clouds won't increase later tonight. We still have fog potential tomorrow. You can see kind of that starting to spread as you get towards 7 a.m. Then we see the next system by Thursday, and this will hold off till Thursday evening. So cloud cover will increase, but no precipitation really until that time frame. It starts pushing up to the north, and whether this rain, snow, what it starts with, a lot of questions still remain on that, exactly what's going to go on. But we know it's going to be wet during that time frame. For today, we'll just climb up into the mid to upper 30s, maybe a few 40s this afternoon. Like I said, the cloud cover will start going away, and then, oops, go back there a little bit, jump the gun there a little bit. Then we'll start seeing conditions improve, and then once we get towards Thursday morning, fog potential is another possibility too, just something to keep in mind of. I don't think the roads, like I said, will be as an issue. How much snow? This is kind of preliminary, 1 to 3. I would say the favorable area right now is northeast Iowa, maybe portions of southwest Wisconsin. This could change, maybe 2 to 3. Most areas 1 to 3, but like I said, this is a lot of question marks on exactly when the transition will occur Friday morning and how long the snow will last. Temperatures will be close to freezing, so that will help somewhat. So that's why we have the alert day going on for that time frame. We have another system that looks a little bit more robust, just looking at stuff right now, for Saturday. So that could be another light rain, light snow event. And then it gets warm, and like I said, 44 next week with another wet and windy storm. So the good news is all this, we're going to melt the snow, but we're going to have this refreezing, freezing issue that could go on, along with fog throughout this whole 10-day stretch. So something to keep in mind.
Okay, Greg Barnhart with our first warn. Thank you, Greg.
There's been a lot of anticipation as to what Jim Leonhard would decide to do after Luke Fickell was named Wisconsin's head football coach. Leonhard announced on Twitter last night that he would be leaving the program once the season ends. In his post, he says, "It has meant the world to me to be able to pour my heart and soul into the UW football program over the last 7 years. After discussions with my family and Coach Fickell, I will remain DC through the bowl game, but no longer be a part of the staff after the conclusion of the 2022 season." He went on to say, "It's been an honor to coach these young men," and said thank you to all the fans for their support. Leonhard took over as interim head coach when Paul Chryst was let go in October. The Badgers went 4-3 with him at the helm. The team is set to play in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl game on December 27th against Oklahoma State. Badger men's basketball coming off another gritty win over the weekend, edging in-state rival Marquette in overtime. Now it's time to bring that fight into Big Ten play as the team returns home to face 13th ranked and undefeated Maryland. Greg Gard doing his best Dick Bennett impression with the red sweater vest in celebration of 125 years of UW hoops. Wisconsin leading late first half. Connor Essegian comes up with the loose ball, finds Jordan Davis, who dials one up from deep to put the Badgers up by 10. Well, the second half, it got tight, but the Badgers got got hot from deep. First, it's Esijan splashing home the triple to make it an 8-point game. And then a couple minutes later, Chucky Hepburn has the dagger. His 3 makes it an 11-point game, and Wisconsin knocks off number 13 Maryland 64-59, the final. Well, Badger Nation can breathe a sigh of relief. Braylon Allen is staying put in Madison. The sophomore running back tweeted out yesterday that he is a Wisconsin Badger, so there you have it. But the program did have 3 more players enter the transfer portal. Isaac Garendo is one of them. He's coming off his best season at UW, played in every game, had almost 400 yards on the ground with 5 scores. Also entering the portal are Jalen Franklin and Samar Melvin. The honors just keep rolling in for Wisconsin volleyball. The Big Ten Coach of the Year, Kelly Sheffield, has been named the AVCA Northeast Regional Coach of the Year. He's also a finalist for the association's National Coach of the Year. And 4 players are also being recognized. Sarah Franklin, Danielle Hart, Devin Robinson, and Ulia Orgel have been named to the AVCA All-Region team. The Badgers are getting ready for the regional semifinal matchup with Penn State tomorrow. That will begin 30 minutes after Florida and Pittsburgh finish up. They're set to begin that at 2:30. Back to you guys.
That was your morning sports. Coming up, where Wisconsin ranks on the list of worst drivers in the nation.
And ahead in our next half hour, another Madison school getting a name change. Which one and where it's at in the process.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Shopco Optical.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
How to holiday the Bob's way. Mr. Gnome, you look confused. I get it. Comparing 2 similar items from different stores is hard, but Bob's Discount Furniture makes deciding easy. Take these 2 sofas. Both power recline, both have USB ports, but my Avenger power reclining sofa has comfy Bobopedic seating and a neat drop-down table for fun, snacks, and bevs. Theirs doesn't. My Avenger is only $9.99. Theirs is a whopping $18.35. That's bananas. You know what else is bananas? Talking to a holiday gnome.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under-eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under-eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm. Please send me more." It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines, like, it's amazing.
You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Second Crop
That's
Creative.
amazing.
Living up to their name, that's for sure. Gorgeous shot.
Oh, what a lot going on here. The clouds, Greg.
It's got some cirrus, the wispy ones, and then the ones that right up the center, that is cirrocumulus. Kind of breaks up in little cubes like that.
There you go.
It's about 20,000, 25,000 feet, something like that. It's way up there.
We try to inform and educate.
We do.
Here on News 3 Now this morning. Thank you, Second Crop Creative. A wonderful photo as always. You can share your morning. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. We'll find it. Just don't do it on Facebook. I don't want to get into it.
Sore subject.
So there's a new list out this morning on which states have the worst drivers. So Quote Wizard, they take insurance quotes. They help you find car insurance companies, right? They took all that data and they put Utah right at the top of the list. Worst drivers in America. Greg attests to this. Greg noticed that. I think DUIs is what led them to...
Which is surprising.
Reach so high. Utah. Exactly, right? Number 2 on the list, California.
I could see it.
Yeah. Number 3, Iowa.
Because they're so distracted by all of the cornfields. They're not keeping their eyes on the road. That's what I've decided.
Wisconsin came in at number 4.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
So we're in the middle of the pack when it comes to accidents. 5th worst in speeding, 4th worst in DUIs, and just 2 years ago we were 17th in the nation, and now we're 4th, so we're heading in the wrong direction. Where is Illinois on this list?
I said earlier, and I'm going to stick by it, Chicago deserves to be its own category here.
The worst.
That should be a state in itself when it comes to bad drivers.
It gives me anxiety just thinking about heading down to like Chicago.
Truly, I wouldn't drive to Chicago on my own for years because I thought for sure I'd be run off the road.
I spent many time on the 405 in California, so that's worse.
California, not good.
We can talk about how terrible Illinois is all day. We're back after this. We're more in that fog and the slick conditions. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for cash, as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
With Pick and Save delivery, it's easy to get your special holiday foods brought right to your door. And that's music to your ears. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I've got a secret. I did all of my holiday shopping in one place. Do you want to know where? At the WISC Company in Middleton. I found Bagolini purses for Mom, Fraser fur candles, my sister's favorite, earrings for me, even Weber grill accessories for Dad. And their holiday showroom, it's a wonderland. So this season, check out the WISC Company, my holiday happy place.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in.
So much.
And that's how Ford is helping you
Proud of you, kid.
Shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meat.
After a lifetime in the jewelry business, Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets, and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 60% off. Pete Denny and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join us for our retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelry retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off. All must go. 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your your fresh favorites from Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie homebuyers who don't have experience you can count on. We Buy Ugly Houses has been buying houses as is for almost 3 decades. Call or click to sell quick.
Right now, renaming another Madison school. We'll have the 4 names up for consideration and what happens next.
And a winner this morning in the Georgia race, where the U.S. Senate stands now, plus the record number of votes cast in that state.
And we have dense fog and slippery conditions this morning. Now, time out when those will improve and when our next chance of rain or snow comes.
Bit of a dangerous commute. That's the top story this morning. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Greg Barnhart with your first warn forecast today. Slick conditions possible out there because, yeah, we had that beautiful snow yesterday.
Yes.
Made everything wet. And then froze overnight.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get the sun out to do that. So that was a bad situation. It's set up where you could have potential for some fog and slick roads, too. So once the sun comes out, I think we'll be good. We won't have that anymore. And even tonight, we may have some fog issues, too, going on. But the roads probably won't be as an issue as we are going to have some sun today. So really, the problems are this morning with the dense fog commute, slippery ice conditions, cloudy. And then by this afternoon, we should have more sun, actually, out what we've seen in the last few days. So that should help, too. But once again, we could have fog more again tonight. Same story for the bus forecast, too, this morning. We still have that fog issue, slick spots, especially on areas that just don't have a lot of traffic going on, parking lots especially, one area of a concern. We'll get to 33, and then obviously this afternoon, more sun and up in the upper 30s. Here's your fog conditions right now, a half to 3/4 of a mile across most of the area, especially as you go further to Milwaukee. It's quite widespread over in that direction, something to keep in mind of. Dense fog until 10, that's what we're tracking right now. Should improve there afterwards. Here's your temps, right around freezing. So that's the problem, too. We're below freezing now, so the ice there. Timing out, mid-30s, light winds. Actually, not a bad day once we get rid of the issues that we've had to commute. Then all attention turns to Thursday night, Friday, where we do have the alert day. I'll time out when to expect the precipitation and how much snow that we could get a bit later in the broadcast.
Greg Barnhart, thank you very much. Hey, we're keeping an eye on road conditions in Madison and across the state for you. Let's take a live look now at real-time updates from Wisconsin's Department of Transportation on your screen right now. Anywhere you see green lines outside of the Madison Metro, that's good winter driving conditions. Those pink lines, though, those are slippery stretches. In the last half hour, 20 minutes, that area has gotten smaller, so roads are looking better as the morning goes on, perhaps as temperatures start to warm up a little bit. We do want to call out a couple of ice-covered roads this morning. That's in the Wanakee area, highways 19 and 113. Looking to be ice covered. And if you're headed to the east at all today, the Marshall area up to Columbus and back down to Waterloo, highways 89 and 73, also ice covered. Of course, we're going to keep an eye on this for you all morning long right here on News 3 Now.
4 weeks after Election Day, the last Senate race in the midterms is finally wrapped up.
Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock winning re-election in his Georgia runoff election against Republican Herschel Walker.
It is my honor to utter the 4 most powerful words ever spoken in a democracy. The people have spoken.
Democrats had already won 50 seats in the Senate, giving them a slim majority. This election gives them 51 seats. Georgia's Republican Secretary of State says his office will be auditing the race just to double-check the results. There were nearly 2 million early votes cast, officials saying more than 1 million more votes were cast on Tuesday.
To our local headlines now, the process to rename Madison's Jefferson Middle School is moving forward, kind of in a different direction, a little shift here, but this is something that MMSD administrators suggested since former President Thomas Jefferson owned slaves.
Committee members met for the final time to rank their top pick out of 4 finalists. Shane Hogan is here this morning, though, with why the new name. Still a mystery, Shane.
Yeah, that's right, Leah. The committee meeting last night was scheduled to end with a decision on Jefferson Middle School's new name, but that ultimately did not happen. The previously announced finalists for the school's new name are Eston Hemmings Jefferson, Sally Hemmings, Ezekiel Gillespie, and Maya Angelou. Committee members were expected to rank those 4 finalists and present them to the school board for final approval, but instead they decided to alphabetize the list and let the school board choose the name.
That we've already done the 4, and maybe alphabetical will kind of get rid of will make it will make more anonymity between the choices, so we're not having to put a ranking on anything and truly give them a clean slate to go off of.
Now, a series of meetings and public comment sessions will continue into the new year. This move comes after a successful campaign renamed nearby James Madison Memorial High School. They changed that to Val Phillips Memorial High School.
All right, Shane Hogan with the update. Thank you, Shane. New this morning, a fire at a home in Beloit has left a family displaced. The Beloit Fire Department got the call last night around 7:10. They were called to a home on Ashland Avenue, a couple blocks from Summit Park. Everybody's fine. Damage not immediately revealed yet. Officials say they are still trying to figure out what caused it.
Madison's Mobile Emergency Service is going to share how it's helping the community 1 year in. Madison Cares launched in September of last year as a response team for mental health emergencies. They're going to share the results of their annual report at a virtual meeting tonight. Some of the highlights right here on your screen. The team responded to just under 1,000 calls in their first year. That accounts for about 60% of the estimated mental health calls here in Madison. Only 3% of the calls they took resulted in transfers to Madison Police. Tonight's meeting, by the way, is scheduled for 6 p.m. Some new information this morning. A man charged with robbing a home earlier this year while a woman was sleeping inside, now pleading guilty. 29-year-old Lane Shelton faced 7 felony charges related to that break-in back in September on Summers Avenue on Madison's east side. According to online records, 6 of those charges were dropped after he pleaded guilty to 1 felony. That's a charge of burglary of a dwelling with a person present. He will now face 3 years of probation.
Election officials in Wisconsin got federal subpoenas as part of a national investigation into the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol. Those officials include the Dane County clerk. Federal investigators are looking for any communication from a series of officials tied to the Trump 2020 campaign to the Dane County clerk. They have a deadline of Friday to send those documents over. According to the Dane County clerk, we talked with him. Only one person came up in the search, and that is Dane County attorney Jim Trupis. He worked on behalf of the Trump campaign in Wisconsin, helping them file for a recount.
Some of the other things, he worked on the recount here in Dane County and Milwaukee. So I had a fair amount of interaction with him during that. So those transcripts are part of what we are sending over today.
The U.S. Department of Justice filed those subpoenas with local officials in other states as well, including Michigan and Arizona.
Meanwhile, the House committee investigating the Capitol attack will be making criminal referrals to the Justice Department. The committee's chairman, Democratic Congressman Benny Thompson, announced that decision yesterday. Thompson said the panel has not narrowed down the universe of folks who could be referred.
Stoughton with some recognition from the U.S. Department of Energy. A new report naming the city one of the country's greenest in the nation. 5% of Stoughton residents power their homes with renewable energy, the highest, one of the highest in the country. That's 8th best for any city in the nation. The remaining 95% of folks in Stoughton get their regular energy bill using non-renewable energy sources like gas and coal, but making the switch is simple. Opting into Stoughton's Choose Renewable program costs about $6 a month. While you don't save any money, you are helping out the planet.
So if you just, don't participate in this program at all, you just have your regular electric bill, to actually make sure that all of your power is provided by green energy, there's an added cost. But if you wanted to participate at 100%, even if you call Stoughton Utilities, we'll tell you exactly what you use each month, and you can actually participate at that level to make sure that you've got 100% if that was what we desired to do.
Stoughton's Choose Renewable program has been a hit since 2009. It's the 8th time the city has gotten this sort of ranking in the top 10. Officials say they won't stop until they hit 100% renewable usage.
Congrats to Stoughton. Big deal.
That is a big deal. Way to go. Keep going. Hey, this morning, folks, out on the roadways, it is tough to see out there. It can be tough to drive as well. We have some freezing fog, potential black ice, visibility issues, a lot to get to. Oh, and I forgot to mention the alert day tomorrow.
Busy.
Where we could get inches of snow.
Yeah.
Greg's working hard updating the forecast for you. He's got it after the break.
And more apartment living coming to State Street. Which building could be raised to make space for yet another high-rise?
Got your stocking stuffers picked out yet, folks? We have an idea for you. It's a pocket-sized book helping you eat and drink your way around the 608. Josh Bright will tell you all about it when we come back.
Go farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
There's something new from Better Than Bouillon. Introducing the Culinary Collection. Chef-created flavor combinations like smoky chipotle and Italian herb that add a little something special to your family favorites. But don't take our word for it. The Culinary Collection from Better Than Bouillon.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist-recommended skincare brand.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose e-statements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. Keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified, most accurate team, First Warn Weather. Only on News 3 Now.
Celebrate a decade of thanks with us
at Geo's Garden Holiday Party.
Live December 9th at Goodman Community Center and streaming worldwide.
With fun and fundraising to help families of kids with special needs.
Find all the details at geosgarden.org.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
So we mentioned those stocking stuffer ideas before we went to break, and a really good opportunity for you to get some of those and support local at the same time.
We love to hear it. Josh Bryder in studio this morning to explain how. Kind of a treat, Josh.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I've already had one viewer, Jamie from Wanakee, said that she made her purchase this morning for Christmas. Yeah, the perfect idea here. So we're talking about the Mad City Passport Cocktails Passport, rather. We featured them in the 608 before. The group has been helping local bars, restaurants, and breweries fill their tables and bar stools since 2009. Well, we stopped by Slice's Bar and Grill in Madison, and they're one of the more than 140 bars, breweries, and restaurants taking part in the program across Dane County for 2023. The Mad City and Rock County Cocktails Passport is an opportunity for you to check out new venues, but also support local businesses across the 608. For Slice's, it's a great way to get not only repeat customers in the door, but also new ones.
It used to be like buy one sandwich, get one half off or something like that, and we went to just straight $5. But they'll come in and then they start looking at the menu and they're like, oh, you have a fish fry or you have breakfast. And then we have to say, only on Sunday mornings. Then they're back for a fish fry or they're back for breakfast. It just brings them in more.
Now featuring both drink and food discounts, the pocket-sized book also includes a great new scavenger hunt section where you can actually search out each scavenger spot for the hidden image found in the book within each bar listed. It's pretty cool, and there's an opportunity to win some money there as well at the end of the year. If you're interested in learning more about the passports, we've posted links to channel3000.com. You can purchase them at select locations across the 608 and online. The Mad City book is $25 and Rock County's is $20, guys. guys. Pretty unique here. Every place is a little different. Like I mentioned, both food and drink. So even if you're not into drinking alcohol, that's okay. You can save $5 here. You can get half off on a sandwich at another place. So pretty cool stuff, and really a good time of the year to be able to do this, because this can fit perfectly in the stocking, just like folks are already talking about.
So Josh, you use this, and I think it's a great way to get into a neighborhood you haven't been to before. You're always telling me, oh, we were in this neck of the woods because I wanted to use this discount I had.
Yeah, what we do is typically if we're going to a certain neighborhood, let's say Willie Street, we'll look in the book to see what is in that area and whether we can either grab dinner there or just a quick happy hour drink. There's always something that you can check out, and what's cool is we found a couple new hot spots through this as well, so you never know what you're going to be able to find, and a great way to support local. I know that they're really looking for that business, especially as we're coming out of the pandemic, guys.
Yeah.
If Josh Sprider says it's a hot spot,
it's a hot spot.
It's the place to be. Thanks, Josh. Good stuff this morning.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Food and drink encouraged. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Madison's Common Council considering a proposal to replace State Street parking ramp with a new high-rise apartment building. The project would tear down the 60-year-old Lake Street side of the State Street parking ramp, and in its place something like this. The city's proposing a new 13-story building, half public parking, half student housing. The first 6 floors would offer about 400 public parking spaces. Then above that, student apartment complexes with about 200 units. The building would also include an inner-city bus terminal, something downtown Madison doesn't have right now.
Unfortunately, it's been many years since we've had a facility for those buses to use, and for passengers as they're getting on and off the bus to have a place to do so that's out of the weather, out of the snow, out of the rain.
City Council is going to vote on whether to approve the proposal, and if it passes, the Plan Commission and the full council will still need to approve rezoning before the project can get started.
6:45, let's get over to Greg Barnhart now. Keeping an eye on your first warn weather, bit of a slick commute as well, Greg.
It's a slick commute, and we still got more impacts to come too later this week. So overall, really active pattern we've had after a pretty calm couple weeks here. So really right now with the leftover moisture, we still got that black ice thing going on. Like I said, once more roads get on the cars get on the road, that'll help heat up the roads a little bit too. So that should be an issue too much longer. The fog is still going to linger until about 10 a.m. Then all attention turns to that Friday system where you have accumulating snow. We have the alert day for that. That could be a messy day Friday. And even right now, Saturday night, there's a possibility for more light snow or light rain too. So another opportunity there too. For today, once we get rid of the fog this morning, should be a fairly nice afternoon with more sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, light northerly winds. And then we'll see the fog develop once again. You can kind of see the cloud cover start to develop here tomorrow morning. And then all attention tomorrow afternoon turns to that system approaching. But it's going to take the time to get the precipitation up here. More like Friday evening time frame to see some of that start approaching far southwestern Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin too. So that's going to be time. So all day, most of the day of Thursday should be pretty good. It's going to be really after probably the evening commute that we'll start seeing maybe some issues. Overall, you see temperatures here, mid to upper 30s. We'll start clearing out this afternoon as we go through the night, the afternoon. There you go. Oops, jumps ahead again. Anyway, the core story is once we improve the temperatures here today, we should drop off tonight into the 20s to upper teens too. And once again, that fog potential is there. How much snow we're going to get with this Thursday night, Friday morning system or Friday system, a little bit still in question, but I think more or less 1 to 3 further south you go. As you go further west, especially northern Iowa, even parts of southern Minnesota, far western Wisconsin, that's the potential to see more than 2 to 3 inches. This could be changed, obviously. It probably will be changed as we determine when that snow line starts to push south Friday morning. Like I said, so Friday could be messy. These amounts could change. It's going to be a wet snow too. So plenty more opportunities that come with that. And we'll update you as we get closer to it. But we still have that alert day because anything else, it's just going to be a messy travel day for that. And then Saturday, like I said, Saturday night, there's another opportunity there too. I don't know about impacts yet on that. And then it gets warm next week, a windy system. It's going to be up and down with temperatures. That's the problem with some of these temperatures. If you warm during the day and you freeze during the night, you can get fog issues and you also get refreezing issues too. So that's something to keep in mind.
Okay, Greg Barnhart, thank you very much. We appreciate it. At 6:48, coming up in the morning, sprint white flags across Wisconsin and the country will be at half staff today.
If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to see a picture so we can help them celebrate. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Lay's kettle cooked or rolled gold, 2 for only $5. Avocados, only 59 cents each. And Hy-Vee pasta, only 77 cents. Scan the code, get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
Our biggest sale of the year is held over, so there's still time to get Black Friday deals during our huge Thanksgiving sale, held over at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible prices, plus get 30% off on top of that store-wide at Slumberland.
When the weather gets cold, springs break.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
Our vehicles are literally like a warehouse on wheels.
We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Never have I ever toured in a rock band.
Yep, I play a mean air guitar.
Never have I ever burnt a holiday dinner.
I have no reservations about making reservations.
Never have I ever put literally every single item in our store on sale, even the items that never go on sale. Every item? Oh, come on.
Join us now through December 24th for our never on sale sale. Only at Rogers and Hollins.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Bring on the zest with fire-roasted tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit. What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Right now, get 30% off select mattresses, like this Sealy Posturepedic mattress for $5.99. Slumberland, mattress shopping reinvented.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. 8-ounce pork chops, 4 for only $5. Little Debbie snacks or Sunbelt Bakery granola bars, only $2.88. And a 12-pack of ramen noodles, only $2.49. Only at Hy-Vee.
Watch News 3 now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach weeknights.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
The city wants your input on a potential new Amtrak station for Madison. There's a kickoff meeting for the passenger rail study tonight. The goal is to identify a location for that potential future station. It would connect Amtrak's Hiawatha service extension. The meeting is at 4:30 in the Madison Municipal Building.
Flags are at half-staff today for Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Each year, the state and country as a whole recognize Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day to honor the 2,403 lives lost, including 54 service members from Wisconsin. The order will be in effect from sunrise to sunset.
The man accused of blowing up his own bar in Linden Station is in court for another appearance. You might remember the details of this case. A criminal complaint accuses Heath Fjord of Baraboo of using gas cans to start a fire at Beagle's Bar. The building ended up exploding. Firefighters also found a wig they think he used to hide his identity while leaving the scene. He is facing 5 felony charges.
The nurse accused of amputating a patient's foot without permission. Appearing in Pierce County Court, a judge ordering a $150,000 signature bond for 38-year-old Mary Brown. She is charged with physical abuse of an elder person, intentionally causing great bodily harm, and mayhem. Brown faces up to 40 years in prison on each of the felony counts, as well as 6 additional years in prison for each charge due to enhancers. John faces a maximum penalty of $100,000 for each charge.
One of the men charged in a deadly shooting at a Madison gas station last year is now pleading guilty. 25-year-old Avian Little is charged with first-degree reckless homicide as party to a crime. Keshawn Davis Williams was shot while waiting in his car at a gas station on Verona Road. The other man accused in this case, Christopher Somerset, is charged with intentional homicide. His trial is set to start next week.
The suspect accused of killing 5 people at a Colorado Springs LGBTQ nightclub has been charged with 305 counts. That includes first-degree murder. 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldridge was in court yesterday. He also faces charges of attempted murder, assault, and bias-motivated crimes in the November 19th shooting. In addition to the 5 killed, at least 19 others were injured.
Hawaii officials have activated the National Guard this morning as the Mauna Loa volcano sends lava toward a key highway. Geological Survey scientists say that lava is moving at roughly 50 feet an hour. It's still unclear, though, if or even when the lava will reach the road. It's the first time in nearly 4 decades the world's largest active volcano has erupted.
China announcing a series of measures rolling back some of its most strict anti-COVID-19 restrictions. COVID-19 tests and a clean bill of health displayed on a smartphone app will no longer be required apart from vulnerable areas such as nurseries, elderly care facilities, and schools. The announcement follows recent street protests in several cities over the strict zero COVID policy, now entering its 4th year.
North Carolina energy officials hope to have the power back on later today for thousands of homes in Moore County. This after a deliberate attack on critical infrastructure over the weekend by gunfire. Investigators say a search for a motive is ongoing, but that the perpetrator, whoever it was, knew exactly what they were doing. Meanwhile, volunteers set up emergency food and water giveaways to help residents who are still in the dark.
Remember this wild video we showed you a few days ago of a plane caught in the electrical lines? Well, investigators now say that the pilot of this private plane that crashed into the lines and cut electricity to 120,000 people in Maryland was flying too low for conditions. In a newly released report, NTSB data shows the pilot was below all 3 key minimum altitudes required to land in poor visibility. A 65-year-old pilot and a passenger were rescued from the mangled single-engine plane after about 8 hours.
Yeah, we have areas of dense fog this morning, so something to keep in mind. We have seen some improvements in Madison, areas to the west too, but overall if you go east, Milwaukee's still quite a bit down too. Temperatures today will get in the mid to upper 30s once we get rid of the fog. Plenty more sunshine today, actually more than what we've seen previous day. So if it's things that we may have some fog again tomorrow morning, probably not the road issue as much. Drive through tomorrow, and then that system that we're watching for the alert day is not really to Thursday evening, Thursday night until Friday morning. We still got potential for all sorts of winter mixed precipitation, along with the snowfall and accumulation come Friday. So that's why we have an alert day there. Pay attention as we get closer. We'll update you on that and time out that precipitation better. Another system Saturday and more wet and windy conditions next week.
Greg Barnhart, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. We're going to keep an eye on your road conditions and all your local news and weather headlines. Another update in about half an hour.